So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. Blade, just like Solly did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it. Alright, hi everyone, Martha here. So I finished listening to Summer Sword, and one was pretty good. We found out that Annette Beth might be her dad's side, which I don't know if that really counts if her being related to somebody, since it's hard to know if her dad is really her dad. Because since the way she was born, literally out of Hera's head, so it's hard to tell. But they both have the last name Chase. So Chase, we learn, is Freya's son, the northern god of summer, which we did see him in the second God of War. He's the one that got, spoilers, gets blown up, and he does help out during the war a little bit. You don't get to see him that much. In this book, we get to see him one scene. The rave. So yeah, that's just the son he is of. And we meet Mir, who has a dwarf and elf looking after him. The dwarf name is Bishop, and he's the son of Freya. If you don't remember, she was in God of... So, we have a lot of characters in here in God of War. And I don't know, make her sound like more like Aphrodite when they showed her in this, because how much she's like showing this is my son and all. I don't know. They're not, to me, they weren't not the same character. So, they really should not make them have the same personality, in a way. And what Magnus has to make sure not, his job is to get the sword back, the Sword of Summer. So Surgur, a fire giant, does not start Ragnarok. Why is it always Ragnarok with these guys with the Greek mythology? With Nordic mythology, it's always Ragnarok they talk about eventually. But so we can learn about other stories besides them, how their story ends. So we had to try to stop Ragnarok again. But I think they actually somewhat do stop it for a little while here, looks like. So Magnus gets killed by having him fall off a bridge after Surdus comes and tries to get the sword away from him. After his uncle gives to him, and he has like two uncles here. One that is gets hurt by Loki later on at the very end of the book, and one is Annabeth's dad. And so we do spend a little time in Valhalla, because that's where he gets sent. We find out that David Crockett gets sent there, and Thomas Jefferson Jr., who served in Civil War, and David Crockett, who obviously served in the Alamo. Because if you died in a battle bravely, you get sent here. And they put 2 real-life people here, which, as far as I know, they had no ties to him, nor the mythology, which was kind of funny that they were here. So yeah. And now her job is to fight when Ragnarok happens. That's what the point of Valhalla is. And we meet Loki's daughter Sam here, and they make Loki a fan of the Red Sox because he has a Red Sox on. But right now he's like in prison. He had we can talk to somebody if he's and that person's asleep, and he like do some dream walks, but he's able to still poison somebody, which is peculiar. And we do meet Thor in here, but he ends up having to. He doesn't have his hammer, but he uses his hammer to watch TV, which is funny. Because he makes a bunch of pop culture reference. Like, who would have thought Mjolnir would be television for Thor? At least if I knew ways to use this guy every single time I see him in a different creator. And so we fight. We see him fight Surtur, the wolf, Fenrir. Because Fenrir gets released, he can go and kill Odin, and he sends Fenrir to another island. And we also have them do like a fight. Who builds like the best weapon for dwarfs. Now this doesn't stop Ragnarok. It's just one of the many ways for it to get started, so it's all 100% wait for it to actually start up. And the story ends around the time where Odin like lets him have rewards and lets Sam come back to being a Valkyrie, which she did get stopped being for Valkyrie because she brought Magnus there when a lot of people didn't think that he died roguely, but he did because he saved a whole bunch of people. He just, a lot of people thought, compared to what everybody else does, if I dive in a war, you don't have to die in a war to do it heroically. You just have to die, save people's lives, which he did. And he wants to stay in Valhalla, even though because he got offered by Hela and Odin to go back to living and go and see his mom, and both times he says no, because this book starts with, reminds me of if you watch or watch Tangled, it says this is the story how I died, but unlike Tangled, that one he doesn't get resurrected. A couple minutes later, this one he actually stays dead. So yeah. Or also reminds me of Arkham Knight, where this is how it happens. This is how the Batman dies. So yeah, it's a very common phrase to use. So and it ends with both Annabeth and Chase basically comparing whose stories better, and also his uncle gained poison, and Loki's probably gonna end up using him to Magnus advantage. And we also have Sam, who literally can do the same power that her dad does. And they have their sword that talks here, just like in Apollo's stories. We had a literal talking arrow, but here we have literal talking sword in Jack, who holds a grudge against Frey. So let's me read the last page to you guys. Okay, here we go. You're come to kill me? Expect Randolph tried to remind Clom, but his heartbeat was still pumping in his ear. Why did I wait this long? Loki's ominously. I didn't want to be hesitant. I need to see how things play out. It's true that you failed. I could kill you. You still might be useful. After all, I have something you want. The god rose at the desk, opening his hand, but his palm. Flame centered onto the minus of the windows and two girls, whimpering in the flames, reaching out to Randolph, suddenly pleading. Only Randolph could Kane kept him from collapsing. Please, I tried. I didn't Angus the Angus me, the dwarf and the elf, or the cursed Valkyrie. You didn't tell me. Randolph, my dear friend. Loki closed his hand into the fire. I hope that you're not making excuses. No, but I'm the master of excuses. You would have to try really hard to impress me. Just tell me, do you still want your family to return? Of course. Oh, good. Just nice. Because I'm not done with you. Or nor am I done with that little boy, Magnus. He had a sword stop your plan. Stop one of my fragment of my plans. But I'm very educational. Loki stepped forward and cupped his hand to Randolph's cheek, and almost tempting. I must say that your nephew is impressed. I don't see the handling resemblance at all. Randolph smelled the poison before he fell, and agonizing into Narcissus inside of his face, and white and throat inciting in shock. He tried to pull away, but Loki stayed poked in place. There, Loki said smoothly. It's just a little taste of my life. The snake venom that puddle my face every day. Perhaps you understand why I make me tap grumpily. Randolph screamed until his throat ran. I won't kill you, old friend, Loki said. But punish false. Absolutely. He took it out. Away. It took his hand away. Randolph crumbled, whimpered, and burst flaming nose. Why? He growled. Joked. Why? Loki raised his elbow and nudged, surprised. Why? What? Torture you? Continue to use you? Fight against the gods? It's my nature, Randall. Now don't fush. Sure you find what explain the horror of sighting scar on your face. I don't think tempted certainly glimpse of the Viking would be most impressed. Loki dribbled into Randall's fighting cost and ran into finger along Randall's collapsing tempted of talismans. Randall has most triggered my friends, the sword of a summer, not only the weapon in play, tempted into display, firmly to the hammer tied between his fingers. Oh, Randall, Loki grinned. You and I are going to have a lot of fun. So that's how that book ends. So I don't know which one I want to read next or listen to. I have Demon and Gods, Magic, Demigods and Magic. This next book Hammer of Thor, Camp Half-Blood, Trevor Stories, The Serpent of Shadow, and I also have Demigod's Diaries. So we'll see. I'm gonna give this one 8 out of 10. So I'll see you guys later. Like, and subscribe, and goodbye.